we are all in concurrence that the combination of William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga is basically meant for 2027, and their plan is to ensure that they have won the seat in 2027. That is why UDA and ODM have come together, formed a coalition, which is also called a post-election coalition. So therefore, we cannot rule out that this plan is for 2027, and it's basically because William Ruto lost Mount Kenya, and now is probably banking on Raila Amolo Odinga's support base so that at least he can win back the seat in 2027. I have a contrary opinion to what these guys are thinking. They have an idea in mind that they are automatically now going to win the 2027 general elections. The mood is all over. When you listen to Gladys Wanga speak and many other leaders from ODM, they are thinking that they are going to win the seat in 2027. So long as William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga are together. To some extent, they are thinking like it happened in 2002. Raila Amolo Odinga again supported someone, so they won. Probably now that he's supporting William Ruto, it's going to happen again in 2027. I have a contrary opinion to that, and on this video here, I'm going to give reasons as to why I feel strongly that Raila Amolo Odinga's coalition and William Ruto it's not easy that it's automatic they're going to win the seat in 2027. And of course, I know very well that some of the closest allies of William Ruto know that. But before I take you through that, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Number one reason that I have today is this. Is the reason for them coming together. The reason for Raila Amolo Odinga, according to them from the speeches they're making, they're uniting Kenyans. They're trying to ensure that the country is moving towards direction as a whole. They're doing what you call inclusivity. Now, let me dissect that well. When you talk of that you're uniting Kenyans, were Kenyans not united? They were united. The only problem they had, they were united against William Ruto. When we were demonstrating back in 2024, June 25th, the entire country was demonstrating against poor governance from President William Ruto. We all had common issues that we were raising against the government in June last year. Now, that was a clear indication that as Kenyans, we are united. But the only problem, we are not supporting William Ruto. But now Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto felt like the problem of Kenya, it is not the issues that we have as a country, or maybe the issues as we have as youths. It's basically the unity that is lacking. Solving a different problem from what Kenyans are saying. So therefore, I feel strongly because they're coming together is based on a different thing from what Kenyans are thinking or want. That is going to be a sole reason, one of the most serious causes of Raila Amolo Odinga's fall and William Ruto come 2027. They're uniting, yet and putting this picture that Kenyans were not united, so they're uniting them, yet it is just William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga uniting to probably enjoy the fruits of being in government. Now, if these people could have come together basically for development, or maybe Raila Amolo Odinga could have advised William Ruto on how to make development work, then Kenyans could have listened. But so long as they have come together for their own interests, then it's not going to happen easily as that in 2027. Another thing people have to remember that Kenyans are much aware of the problem that you have as a country. And the problem is poor governance. If they don't solve it, in the name of now they start campaigning across the country talking of unity, then that means very well Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are going home. And to be much more painful, it is that Raila Amolo Odinga's legacy will completely be ruined. Another reason I feel strongly that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are going to lose in 2027 is the fact that they don't have the favor of the people. Right now, as we speak, Raila Amolo Odinga has been dubbed to be selfish. And William Ruto has been dubbed to be ruthless. In the sense that Raila Amolo Odinga has now been taken to be doing everything just for himself. When he united with Uhuru Kenyatta, everything was all about his businesses, his family, and his own funding for the campaigns. And it happened actually. Uhuru Kenyatta used a lot of money to ensure that Raila Amolo Odinga is in government. You saw how the funding happened in BBI, Raila moving across the country, Raila campaigning, to an extent even actually went to Kasarani, Nawanje Lija. That was a clear indication that Raila Amolo Odinga was well facilitated. So the fact means that all those associations with the Uhuru Kenyatta, it was basically for himself. Again, Kenyans are not wrong this time around that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto have basically come together for their own benefit. If you can see clearly, When Raila Amolo Odinga had a deal to go to AU, the entire country concentrated on abductions and the things that Kenyans hated most. And as a result, Raila Amolo Odinga was funded fully to do his campaign until when he failed. That's when they remembered now it's time for us to utilize another opportunity where we can pretend to be uniting Kenyans. In real sense, we gain. That is why I feel strongly that these people do not have the favor of the people. William Ruto is very ruthless. As we speak today, all those who are speaking against the government get abducted, some of them get killed. Richard Onyonga revealed a very strong message here. He alleged that there are people who are being killed in one stadium in Western Kenya. To be honestly speaking, if such things are happening right now, then we are in the wrong country. Then the fact remains that the problems that Kenyans are experiencing are basically because of the ruthlessness of William Ruto. He does not care the pain that the common man undergoes. He does not care the pain of a parent who cries without his son around. He's basically interested in himself and Raila Amolo Odinga getting or clinching the seat come 2027. Another thing that I feel strong that William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga will go home, will not win 2027. In 2027, it's because there are no chances of them to perform well. If for the few months Mbadi has been in office and many other leaders from ODM side, and there's nothing significant that has happened in this country, then I feel strongly that these people, the 2 years remaining, they are not able to change this country. Actually, it's 1 year, because by 2026, half of it, people will be seriously campaigning. So there will be no development across. So the fact remains that if they have failed right now, they have failed the last 2.5 years, come 2027, there's no miracle that will happen. There's a likelihood that William Ruto is likely going to perform very poorly again. Because you can see SHA has issues, questionable, deep issues, university funding models, so health, education, which are very crucial aspects of the country, they're all ruined. Now, from that perspective, we can tell clearly that for them to change the two sectors within 2 years is not going to be possible. If you check the issues to do with education, there could have been indications that these people, the reforms they are bringing, are aimed at changing it. But only William Ruto touches where money is involved. He goes to where money is involved. When we talk of NHIF, SHA, money, funding, university funding model. But yet there are so many other factors, that are supposed to be sorted out by William Ruto. But instead, he only goes where there's money being involved. As a result, we won't see any form of development because their operations are driven by greed, selfish interests, them to gain and become richer and richer than even the biggest families in this country. Now, other thing I feel strongly that is going to make William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga lose is the new uprising from the youths of this country. The youths have said no to poor governance. They are against Raila Amolo Odinga's merger with William Ruto. They are against any form of corruption that is in the country. They are against so many things that William Ruto is not able to fix in the next 2 years. So therefore, that means that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto will lose because they don't have the favor even of the youths of this country. So the youths will constantly keep campaigning. And considering their number in the country, these people are likely to take these gentlemen home. If they decide to vote, then they are going to take them home very early in the morning. Also, I can talk of the huge mistakes that have been made in William Ruto's government. That these huge mistakes have made them not to really, they've made Kenyans not to forget whatever they've done. Like when we talk of abductions and killings, that is the worst that has happened in William Ruto's government. You rather increase the cost of living, people strain of hunger, but at least they're alive. To an extent where you find people abducted and killed by government agencies, that means very well probably this country, they will always remember William Ruto's regime where people were abducted and killed. Come 2027, Kenyans will remember this because these are deep issues, huge problems that are going to inform the decision making of people across the country. So therefore, I feel the mistakes William Ruto has already done are going to cost him come 2027. Lastly is the Mount Kenya factor. We know very well that the Mount Kenya people, and I'm going to do an extensive video on this, that Mount Kenya people vote and vote seriously. Because they take an election to be very serious thing, it is not likely that come 2027, they will just vote against William Ruto and then you think William Ruto will still beat them and just become the president. If these people vote against you, you are likely going home, especially if they vote as a bloc and turn out in large numbers. But if they vote on your favor, you will definitely pass. The same case that it happened back in 2022. My name is Abel Mukwa. Let me see the ideas that you have on the comment section. And thank you so much for the support. See you next time for more videos.